But folks, there's somebody that will not perform. To bring it down a notch for a second, the wrestling world lost a great one
My
this
God.
morning. A Dominican icon, a legend. We talked about Japan. The man had respect all around the world. The one and only Jack Veneno. El hijo de Doña Tacita.
Aquí no se duerme.
Porque ahora no ponen música alta, pero ponen un bling 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 bling
You're
bling.
not ready for this. Oh my God.
Here we go.
Yeah, subscribe and like, hit that button right now. All right, follow us on Twitch, SoundCloud, iTunes, your mother's. Woo! Welcome back to Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots, Wrestling's Entertainment Champions. To hell with PG already. Worlds will collide. Tony Khan tweets when he can't sleep. And who would you hire to replace Jeff Jarrett? All this and more in the room where it happens. But first, PCF, tell them what to do.
Check us out, Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots, your favorite channel on YouTube and Twitch.
Check us
and
out.
Don't forget to check us out on Twitter and IG, HPC2 Sweet and HPC2 Sweet.
Shake it,
And
shake
don't
it,
forget
shake it
to
out.
rate and review, papi.
Woo! The bad guys are back.
Dímelo, mi gente.
Yo, it's Mischief. You heard? And what a week of wrestling we got. Yo, you heard?
Ooh, you heard. What we drinking right now? How y'all doing? It's been a minute since we've been in these spaceships. But I'm telling you right now, I didn't miss it a bit. I mean, I did miss it a bit. It's spacious in this spaceship.
Oh, mine is tight. Yours just got like, yours is bigger on the inside. It's like Encanto and shit.
I thought it's because he was circumcised.
That too.
Yo, what?
That too.
What?
Hey, listen.
These things. Yo,
You
it's
just
been-
mad.
Yo, we started this show, man. We just got on.
We just got here and the
You
mics
heard
are hot.
this?
What y'all heard? What y'all heard? You heard? What we hearing? We hearing a lot of things.
We're hearing lots
I'm
of things.
sipping, I'm
Lots-
hearing JJ out here. JJ here.
Ear. Welcome to the Labor Day edition of Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots. Work from home.
Remote
Lady
edition.
from y'all here. Yeah.
Appreciate y'all. The rain in the freaking building. My man Mike the Ref with the raid. I appreciate you, Mike. Big time supporter of the stream, Mike the Ref. Hope had a great Wednesday. It's a hell of a Wednesday. A lot of things have happened today on wrestling business alone. What have you heard, gentlemen? What have y'all heard has been going down this week in the wrestling world?
First and foremost, we heard the promo of the century with Seth freaking Rollins,
Blade Room in the building.
bringing a little realism into the storyline by telling
hey.
Riddle about his divorcee and his kids not wanting to be around his bitch ass.
I think that was
feeling about
verbatim.
that?
I think that was
How are we
verbatim.
feeling about that, guys?
I'm feeling very, very excited. I'm so excited.
So excited, you just can't hide it?
So excited and I can't hide it.
Listen, that promo was
¿Se
dope.
te paró?
Se me paró. No, man, it was fire. And let me tell you, like, when we see and watch wrestling and we absorb wrestling and we ingest wrestling, we want that emotion. That's what captures us, right? Like, that's the whole reason we out here.
That's the purpose.
If it's real, like when we talk
here
about
are
it, right? Let's
Eric
talk about it. 'Cause
recording
we're
some
gonna talk
interesting jargon and whatnot. So,
Mike the Ref out here.
My guy Mike the Rough.
but from there, I started covering wrestling and
with that
giving
swerve, with
wrestling a
that
bit of a
swerve.
spot.
But when we talk about wrestling, it's about emotion, baby. And when you heard that promo, that's where we went. We went there. When we talk about the Attitude Era, we went there.
Facts.
That was real. That shit hit home, at least for him. And then the blurred out cussing and whatnot.
Yo, that
Right,
was
we
extra.
dropping F-bombs on Raw.
Oh
Right.
my God, the F-bomb was dropped several times by Mr. Riddle. What was that? That caught a lot of people off guard. I ain't gonna lie.
Bro, it caught me off guard. But it was about the emotion, and it didn't feel weird. It felt like, yo, this was escalated. This wasn't supposed to happen.
Right. Clearly.
We're in a space where wrestling is blurring lines, right? When we look at what's happening at AEW and take inventory there with all the crap that's going on with CM Punk and all the backstage drama that's allegedly happening. Is it a work? Is it fake? Is it real? Just the fact that you have to ask yourself that question with some sort of sincerity should show you, it should prove to you that you're watching something that's much more than what it's been in the last 10 years.
Oh, big facts.
We're looking at a lot of lines getting blurred, a lot of emotions being out here, and new. Welcome and thank you.
Smacking it raw with the follow. Appreciate the love.
Raw.
Welcome in,
What's
welcome in,
good?
fellas. Welcome in. Yeah, I agree
Mr.
wholeheartedly, man. This promo right here blurred the lines real quick, and just for WWE to come out and pull a page out of the Attitude Era / let's be honest here / AEW playbook, because that's all you've been hearing on Dynamite lately on promos is just cursing and cursing and cursing. That's been allowed to go on.
Yeah, TJ woke up.
It was the cursing. It was the cursing. Quit cussing him.
It's more than the cussing, bro. There's intensity there that we haven't really seen used in the kind of way that was credible. It didn't feel real when we've seen it lately. Maybe, here and there. But, when Moxley came out to AEW and that was a thing, there was a lot of emotion there. When Eddie Kingston cuts a promo, right? We see it out there. We feel it, right? Because it's the way he's giving it. It's words. And sometimes the words don't even make sense. But if you deliver them good, dog, The Rock made chicken salad out of chicken shit. You know what I'm saying?
Or the other way around.
I eat both, by the way.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
I don't eat Brussels sprouts, but I eat.
Yeah,
Hey, raisins.
EJ, as soon as we're done, go to sleep, bro. Go to sleep. Let that be me.
Let that be me. Take a nap. Take a nap.
Yo,
I
but
la lechita ahí en el
while
microwave.
you're awake, you heard who the new women's tag champs are?
Bam.
Damn, oh, you got
Raquel
graphic and everything.
Raquel Rodriguez.
Son,
Historical champions, I might add, because I think we've seen Raquel Gonzalez win herself several tag team championships already now that she's been with WWE.
Well, she's part of the WWE history books now by being the only female to win the women's tag team champions and the NXT women's tag team champions.
Wow. Congratulations.
I thought it was. Well, what did y'all think about it? Because everyone thought it was gonna be Control, right? Everyone thought it was gonna be Dakota Kai and Io Sky.
Right.
It clearly wasn't. Now there's the dusty finish, right? Dakota Kai got pinned. She wasn't the legal man, but here we are. So what do you feel about this? Because the internet had a lot of feelings.
Did they now? Cuando no?
So what I'm thinking, and this is my opinion, is that you have Raquel and Aaliyah go over because two women are coming back to settle some unfinished business that they have going on with Naomi and Sasha Banks. And I feel like they're going to get a chance to redeem themselves and win these titles back from this team.
So you want Sasha and Naomi to come back and win off of Raquel and Aaliyah?
I mean, it doesn't hurt.
Take the titles off of them?
But you got to keep Raquel strong, though. That's the only thing. Because
So
I
Aaliyah
did
takes
read.
out?
Because I did read that WWE has big plans for Raquel Rodriguez.
Interesting. Okay, so
There are rumors.
so then what? So Aaliyah takes the L. All right, but then what? So Naomi and Sasha comes back, and then that puts them on a path to Io Sky and Dakota Kai, because Dakota Kai, they have a legitimate gripe. They have a legitimate concern, and it's the fact that they got pinned. That they didn't get pinned legally.
Legally.
So that keeps him in contention. Then.
Right, that keeps him in contention.
For another rainy day. We all know how they love the rematches.
I think that what you do is you have them play that storyline out. And as soon as Io Sky and Dakota Kai win those titles, that's when Naomi and Sasha comes back. And that's when the pop is huge. That's when you get that sauce.
Hot salsa.
That's that hot salsa.
Hot salsa.
Speaking about what y'all heard out there in wrestling? What's going on? What's got you guys hyped?
Talk to me, chat. What y'all heard?
Everybody out here. All right, Smacking the Raw said, I hate the idea of a transitional champ for this sake. Also, any other team in the tourney would have been better.
Cool, yeah, okay. I ain't mad at you.
He ain't lying.
He ain't Nikki lying.
He
ain't Nikita lying.
Raquel and Aaliyah?
Anybody in Aaliyah? What?
The whole tournament.
The whole tournament.
So does this mean that? Do you guys think that Toxic Attraction was supposed to win it all?
Nah.
Because they were going to be in this spot.
Nah, I just think they were gonna be utilized very well to put these two women over. Eventually, a certain photo where a certain DH at a BJJ gym. Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Yo, there was mad. Yo, Blade Rummy. There was a bunch of people in that photo. It wasn't just Raquel. Alright? Cameron Grimes was to the moon in that photo.
Speaking of NXT and
Shinsuke Nakamura was standing
Shinsuke was in that picture.
The guy from Chase U was in that picture.
There was this familiar face next to that girl that was on that picture.
Karrion Kross. It was Karrion Kross.
No, that was on the opposite side. He was on the opposite side. Mate. But speaking of NXT and developmental NXT and NXT UK will have their worlds colliding this Sunday? Guys, is this a smart day for them to have worlds colliding?
Sunday at 4 p.m.
Can we postpone the collision of these two worlds for another day?
To Monday?
Maybe Saturday?
You want it on Saturday, you say?
I just don't think they want it on Sunday.
I think Triple H likes to compete.
Yeah.
Clearly he does. Clearly he does. He's got a tall order. Ricochet and Carmelo Hayes though. Not a bad way to compete.
Before we talk about Ricochet and Melo, just Triple H right now, I think has an axe to grind. When you really look at everything that happened in NXT, I think he was winning in some ways, and then he got bounced. All right, and he lost the Wednesday Night Wars, and I think now he's gonna come like with that competitive spirit that I think Vince McMahon liked.
Okay.
I think this is where we're gonna get a little bit of that ruthlessness that Vince McMahon talked about, and we see it with the TV 14, right?
We saw it already. We heard it.
See him pushing the envelope. I think he's gonna want to compete. I think he's gonna want to push that envelope. I think he's gonna want to go head to head eventually. I don't know if right now that's the direction to do it, especially with this NXT and this particular match. This particular match is gonna be a fire ass match.
Whoopsie.
Oh, okay.
I think we know what we're talking about next.
Well, that was more interesting than what we talk about now, because what happened, all I needed was 4 seconds of Melo saying, "Oh, Ricochet with a mic in his hand. Let's see if he knows how to use it."
Ooh.
That was enough for me to lose my shit and just be like, "All right, cool."
I
don't need to hear what Ricochet's gonna say, because you're right.
Let's see if you're gonna use it.
everything we said about Rollins and emotion just goes out the window when Ricochet's on the mic, right?
That's crazy. Yo, you ain't lying.
I'm saying.
But I mean, what a way to lighten the mood, right? To make a more interesting fight. if you will. And I'm gonna be tuned in. I'm gonna have it watched. I'm gonna be watching it at least on my sidecast at the same time that I may be watching other things, but no promises. Metal main roster ready already. I feel you. I ain't mad at that.
He's not in the main roster yet.
That he's still eating over there in NXT.
Yeah, you know what?
He's still young. He got a lot of shining to do in NXT.
Okay.
Yeah. He got a lot of shining there. That's a good way to put it.
And he potentially can be an NXT champion.
Yo, I'm ready for that.
I think let him be the star of NXT.
Facts.
There's no need. If you know what can happen, we're gonna get the old NXT back, the black and gold back, but we're gonna get it within the new parameters, and the new parameters that we're gonna use new wrestlers, not indie wrestlers. We're gonna make new ones. I think Triple H is gonna marry both ideas: his NXT yellow, gold and black, and this new NXT 2.0. Right? How do we run those kinds of storylines in this kind of atmosphere to create like that kind of excitement?
Okay.
Because remember, he was doing, when you think about it, right? NXT Black and Gold was pushing the envelope storyline wise, but it was great wrestling. It was great wrestling, no matter how you slice it. It was great wrestling. Why? Because these were really good wrestlers. These were indie wrestlers.
Talented, very talented.
Right, very talented wrestlers. Now we got NXT 2.0. I'm sorry, and NXT 2.0 is not that. NXT 2.0 is not a polished product, and it's on, and that's on purpose. That's the design of it. It's supposed to give rough people an avenue to shine. So how do you create stars? You got to give them platforms for it to be exciting, for it to be, and give them matches that hide their inabilities. So if Triple H can marry those two concepts and put together a pay-per-view,
he's already married, by the way, for those who may not know.
Quality, I think that we'll be seeing like how NXT Black and Gold is gonna creep back in there one way or another. His DNA is there. Remember, Shawn Michaels is all up in its guts.
Ooh, just like he was in Sunny.
You see, bro, there was no need.
Yay! No need to reminisce those memories. No need. But here's a memory we can reminisce. Maybe 7 days ago. 7 days ago, we were hot on the mic. We were discussing the not so best in the world, Mr. CM Punk. And that's a very familiar picture that we see up there above Jon Moxley. That's right, CM Punk when he got annihilated in MMA or UFC. That real fighting stuff that he wanted to try out. Didn't work out so well for him, did it?
I don't think he get annihilated in that. He got annihilated last week.
That's what it reminded me of.
Te lo comieron vivo in less than 3 minutes.
But I bring you that to ask you this, gentlemen. What good did that serve us now knowing that CM Punk's just so easily going to get a rematch this Sunday at All Out versus Jon Moxley?
I don't, for the life of me, understand now what that was all about. What was that all about? But like, all right, well, if Punk is just gonna quit, cause not quit, but he's hurt, and he's gotta like pull away, so he's got that match just to kind of write him off TV. All right. Or if they're kind of pissed off about what's going on backstage, which I think is a work anyway, but if it was real and they're like, we want him to blow off some heat, like what they're allegedly doing to Thunder Rosa, which I don't quite. We'll get to that later. But CM Punk, like, there's a whole bunch of reasons to run this angle, and none of them were for him to come back the following week
and challenge.
Not
one of them said this.
That was not like, when you were reading Goosebumps and shit, and they said, "Yo, Paige, do you want to run or do you want to fight? If you want to run, go to page 20. If you want to fight, go to page 48." And choose your own adventure story. None of them were come back Wednesday, fake a quitting storyline, and then cut what was a dope emotional promo
in a hype Chicago for a match, 4 days later.
Meanwhile, highlighting the fact that that poor fat man in the front doesn't get screwed as much as times that he does in the ring.
Yo, that's not right, bro. That's foul.
Poor fat guy.
That was a fat suit, damn it.
No nice
A
things.
fat guy.
Speaking about fat, let's try to lose a little weight by running these ropes.
Ooh, you want to run ropes already?
Let's run some ropes. Let's do a little cardio. We need it.
Okay, let's run some cardio. Let's run some cardio.
Gordito.
Tagordito, la vainita.
Ooh, Blade Rummy. Hold on. Blade Rummy said MJF got to show up and cost CM Punk the title.
Ooh.
That would be something.
Ooh, yes. They gotta give me something here because if Punk's not cheating to win against Moxley this Sunday, yeah, you gotta give me something crazy.
Or Punk he just comes in and interferes, and the match goes to shit.
I would not prefer the match go to shit because this is all out. You get what? How many pay-per-views a month? I mean, a year? This is one of the big ones, right?
I mean, and that card is not looking that great.
Yo, it's not.
I don't think it's their strongest card.
It's not. This definitely gonna move. We're gonna get to the bump later, but yeah, this makes me think.
Fire.
You think so?
It's not even impressive on paper.
Damn.
All right, we'll talk. But here, I gotta say though, Rummy, if MJF shows up to call CM Punk, then I want to fantasy book that as him joining the BCC.
Oh shit.
Actual Combat Club, and we get to see a new side of MJF.
Wow, like a wrestler.
Brawler, yeah, like he. Because remember the knock on him is that he's not great in ring.
Okay.
I disagree. I think he's great in ring, to be honest. Like I really do dig his whole shit. But in terms of what the perception is that he really can't go. So I feel like that annoyed him.
Okay.
And that's why he beat Darby with a headlock. And that's why like matches that he's worked since then, to kind of prove that point. So it would be really cool, even if it's short, even if it's just for a reason to double cross Moxley in the end.
Word.
But I would like to see him join for a period of time and be a badass in the Blackpool Combat Club, so you can know he could do it. He could do it.
It's one way to book him. You're not doing anything else with him right now.
But why don't you have him start training with Bryan Danielson, and then turn on him eventually, right?
Well, because
that'd be
Bryan
nice.
Danielson's part of that shit too. So Bryan Danielson could go out there. He could turn on Bryan Danielson and then start that feud. You know what I mean? Like, that
Right.
happen. Because they're all part of the crew.
Yeah.
And then MJF, when he turns on him, then MJF got to go through. You know what I mean? Remember when MJF challenges somebody? It's always like you got to go through the trials. Right. You got to do these. You got to go through the
It's like Mortal Kombat moving up to.
Yo, for real. And they're all handicap matches.
So you get to Shah Khan at the end. And Moxley, Shah Khan in this picture.
and lashing, this and that.
And then out of nowhere, during the middle of the mountain, you think you're winning, you think you're cruising, and all of a sudden, bam! Sasha and Naomi. Sasha and Naomi come out
What?
out of nowhere.
That was not smooth.
Yeah, because I said Bianca. But yes, the former tag team champions come out to play, and they want their piece of the pie now that there's a new baker in town. Triple H bringing in Naomi and Sasha. How do we book these two ladies in right now if we are assuming they're returning back?
Well, Mischief just booked them like 15 minutes ago when he said that Bailey's team would win the tag team titles, and then these girls will come back and redeem themselves.
No, I thought that was gonna happen next Monday.
I hope they wait. a little bit because everybody's hype about it. Like everybody knows that there's Sasha Naomi news. Dog, back in the day, like things happen that you had no idea about, and I know that this is a different time, but AEW has shown us that it can happen. And even when news breaks about like conversations or about signings and stuff like that, like AEW just sits on information.
Oh yeah.
They'll just wait. They won't have a due debut for a minute just so that they can hide it.
Isn't this one of the topics of conversation that Tony Khan said in that team meeting last Wednesday? He told his wrestlers to stop talking to the dirt sheets because they're ruining all the surprises.
That's not gonna happen. That's not.
And even then, the dirt sheets knew about this meeting. So
the dirt sheets are there taking notes at the meeting.
They're practically there.
Yo, Dave Meltzer. Yeah, my boss told me I gotta stop talking to you.
I mean, you were standing right there when he said it, but just to let you know.
Don't write that, cause I'm in trouble.
Don't write that. And by the way, somebody from WWE just contacted me, but I have a contract for AEW, so I'm gonna tell my boss about this. Okay?
Oh my God.
Don't write that on your website.
Don't, please don't. No nice things.
No nice things. Sasha and Naomi, I think are gonna come back, but I think that WWE should take their time.
Take their time with it.
When they do.
Do it right. I'm mad at it. I'm mad at it at all.
Hey,
you know what? You know who is mad at it though?
They might come back at Survivor Series. There's no need to bring them back. There's no rush.
No rush at all. They're not mad. There are two individuals that are mad though, but in order to get there, we must run some ropes. That's right, gentlemen. It's time to run the ropes.
Okay, all right. I feel you.
Let's do some cardio in this bitch.
What we got? Let's run the news cycle, yo. PCF.
Leading the running of the ropes. Yes, these two individuals are tight as F because Fight Forever will be debuting and releasing soon, but without FTR.
Ay Dios mío.
Poor FTR. They're not even really that mad, to be honest. Apparently,
they knew since March, and they were like, I'm surprised y'all just found out.
How's that make y'all feel, guys? PCF, talk to me about FTR not being part of Fight Forever.
So from what I read in this little article that I read the other day, it's something to do with their moveset.
It was a little article.
Un little thing you got in the article. Con pitara on the side.
Their moveset.
Something about like their moveset not being a part of the game.
Really?
So that's why they weren't included in the game.
So they can't finish off their opponents with their moveset, I guess? Their finishers?
I don't know, something along those lines about them being technical and their moveset and all that. But I mean, the guys said that they weren't upset about it. So now does this mean that they're gonna be downloadable characters?
Yes. And
Only
yes.
if they do their own motion capture. That's what's gonna end up happening.
Yeah.
Or does this mean that their contract is expiring sooner than later?
Nah.
And, Papa H gave them a phone call.
Nah, I doubt that is any of that, because in the revelation of their mood towards it, they also include that it's a non-issue. One of the reasons why they may have been upset was because they found out the way they did, and they didn't know if it was something they needed to be concerned about because they weren't involved in the game. So they figured out it's a non-issue. It doesn't matter career-wise if they're in the game or not, so they're not going to worry about it. Most likely it will be downloadable though. If the game is anything like WWE's game, which I believe it's so,
I mean, they are the
can
hottest
download
tag team
shit
right now. Why would you not include them in your first game?
You know, that's interesting because where there's smoke, there's fire, and what we've seen is that.
I was gonna finish that shit with something else.
I know you were gonna, you dirty.
No. Because you said where there's smoke, there's fire. And where there's fire, there's elevate.
There's Elevate.
Go ahead, tell them about it.
Shout out to Elevate. Talk to him about Elevate, PCF.
Elevate. If you want your thingy tangy to smoke, go to Elevate.
Elevate glasswaregallery.com. Go get your fix Check out our social media for the discount codes where you can get your lifted medication tools
8014
at a discount price.
8014.
8014 is our code, gentlemen.
That's the code right there.
So
That's
Blade
how
Rummy really threw what I was gonna say out the window, and he said, "Fight Forever looks like someone smeared mayo on the crack."
Wow.
Right there, just all over
Yo,
it, all over.
Yo,
the-
mayo on
all
sandwiches
over
goes in though.
Yo, but look, the graphics are supposed to look retro, like a cartoony ass like battle brawler.
Kind of like No Mercy it did, I think, right?
Like
They said.
Mercy, like WCW Revenge, NWO Revenge. It's
Okay.
supposed to look like that, unfortunately.
Okay.
Oh, like think about this, right? Like Nintendo has made a career of making games with subpar graphics. If you really
Big
think about
facts,
it.
big
Come on.
facts.
They've got a whole, like, they got their own system. They've got their own set of games. They've got IP out the butt. Like, they got all sorts of intellectual property everywhere all the time.
Everywhere,
And
Z.
because the games are fun. So this game was not meant to be that. It wasn't meant to be a simulation. I fully believe that AEW will eventually make something that's a little bit closer to reality. But at this stage in the game, they need to differentiate, dog. Like, yo, business is business, right? Like, you got to differentiate your product. And when you look at it from face value, you're like, oh, well, WWE 2K11, I mean 2K11, damn, 2K.
Wow, 2K11.
That was a good year.
I was going through my old stuff, yeah. But 2K, K20, whatever, right? Like it's got like real to life graphics, and if you want that, you're gonna buy that game.
Yeah.
But if you want a game that's gonna be like fun to play, that's maybe a little easier to play, that's kind of goofy, that's what AEW is gonna give you.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yo, if you don't like that, go buy 2K.
There's that, yeah, for real. That it really what it is at the end of the day.
You could download the whole AEW roster off the downloadable community stuff.
That's what.
Now,
Yeah,
when-
I'm surprised that they haven't mentioned that they're gonna do that. I still don't think that that's not gonna be out of the realm of possibilities here with Fight Forever.
I think eventually it's not in AEW's best interest, because look at how rosters get updated when that's a possibility off the bat.
That's true too. Because yeah, you're messing up next year's game on top of that too. So
Right. When Madden started letting people download rosters,
that was it for you.
although I did buy this year's Madden.
Yeah. Did you? Okay, I gotta get on that too. Shout out to PC users on Madden. There's a lot of games out there, and WWE 2K is probably gonna be the lead bearer for wrestling games. But listen, there's a lot of ways Fight Forever can go to be different and set itself apart from WWE 2K, and it's not gonna take that much effort at all, to be honest.
Don't get it twisted. I disagree with you.
Yeah.
Look, because look at how people are already looking at that Fight Forever project.
Yeah, but the game is not out yet. I mean, everybody changes their mind once the hype is official and the game's already out and released. Who knows? I feel they should concentrate more on multiplayers and making anything free that they can before they hit you with those transaction fucking things.
That's gonna happen.
Yeah, not
But
cute.
that's the thing. Fight Forever is gonna try to differentiate itself. I think the goofy way is gonna work. I think that's gonna be very successful to them, because at the end of the day, a little kid can pick up the game, and that's one thing that they're doing a really good job at. AEW is spreading the wealth. They're giving people little kid stuff. They're giving people adult stuff. And WWE has been dedicating their product to children for a very long time. That this TV-14
for
thing
almost 20
is
years.
Yeah.
Yo, for real.
We
right?
blame it on Cena. Ever since Cena came and did this, it was dedicated for little Max.
And then everybody stopped seeing it. Yeah, he's right. It's true. It worked. It worked. I don't know about people stop watching. What do you guys feel about WWE in the past couple months? Let's say 2-3 months. How do y'all feel about the product?
Yo, it's been better.
Been better?
It's been good. Yeah. I mean, come on. Like, how have
you
we
guys
done?
attribute that to Triple H?
Big time.
Allegedly.
I don't know. I may have to disagree and attribute some of that to this guy over here.
I'm back.
Oh no!
That's not it. That's not
And
it.
kick
That's
his
not it.
ass out again. Oh my God! Vince Russo allegedly is reporting he has been consulting USA Network in regards to Raw programming for quite about 2 to 3 months now. And approved by Vince McMahon as well, by the way.
Isn't that the guy that slept with Cornette's wife?
He did something with her. I don't know what it was. And I think it was consensual. Listen, all I'm gonna say is Vince Russo is in charge or has been in communications with the Raw vice president of the USA Network side. But I don't think I want to give him that much credit for anything too hands-on for Raw. But that's just me.
Look, man, what's consulting?
Right.
Right? He's just giving advice on things. Like, he's just like, yo, USA, this is what is a good idea. Not like,
Uh-huh.
let's roll this back for a second. Why would USA reach out to Vince now? What's happening now? Vince just retired. Right? The WWE world is burning right now. If you look at it from a business standpoint, right? The integrity of the framework that existed for WWE, right? It's starting to kind of shake a little bit. You got retirements, you got people moving, shareholders and people like the USA Network are going to start questioning things, and I think they're going to reach out to anybody that can give them some sort of guidance. Now, we also reported a couple months ago that God damn him, that the USA Network has been looking for people, and Vince was looking for a job. That's what it was. That Vince Russo was looking for a job, and he's been talking about having a job.
I remember this. Yes.
Right. We even talked about it here. So it's interesting for that to be reality. For Vince to be talking about that that he's not working, he's independent, and he's looking for work. And now he says that he's been working for 2 years. One thing we gonna learn is that people that are in the business like to work people that aren't in the business.
Kayfabe, baby.
So I like what I think happened is that USA might have called him and had a conversation with him, which is what he admits to. He also said USA Network paid him. Maybe they paid him some attention.
A hot dog and a handshake.
Yeah,
Good old days.
that's a different kind of hot dog. But
Hey.
the fact that it is that when it comes to Vince Russo, it could be anything, bro. It could be anything. It could be anything.
It could be anything.
USA Network told him that he was going to be the only Vince in charge.
Maybe that was in his contract. He was like, I can't have another Vince on the network.
Oof.
Oh.
This next individual shows not as much fame or not popularity as one Vince Russo, but so much that I can't even put his picture on the screen here. We're gonna keep Vince Russo up here for this one.
What happened?
But the Velveteen Dream makes news this week.
You put his picture as long as you don't put the picture that he sent other people.
Wow.
I think that's the problem.
That's the problem.
I think that's the
Yeah.
problem.
I think he sent those pictures to Jada Jobber.
Oh my God.
Wow,
So
yeah.
those pictures are definitely circulated, but
He was 16.
it hasn't
Wow.
it hasn't gotten him hired back yet. I mean, I guess he didn't beat the case. Recently arrested for trespassing and assault and battery. Or in Florida, somewhere in Florida. I don't get the actual place, but who gives a damn, right? He's back in behind bars, and I think that's the
Orange
last
County Jail.
last chance.
Talk about bad timing, right? Because
Yeah.
he was circulating the rounds about trying to make a comeback.
It's called
That-
self-destructive behavior. Velveteen, there's something about wrestling and pedophiles that just like they don't go away. Yo, I don't understand, right? We just talked about that picture that's circulating, right? Jason Ranch and all those other folks that are still hanging out with him and other people that just happen to just roam around wrestling, and they're always around, dude. They're always around, like Velveteen Dog. Like, you had an opportunity. There was a chance where you could have came back. There was enough steam, like enough time had passed. He probably could have come back, absorbed some heat, and then dipped.
It's not like he took a picture with other people that are currently rostered by WWE training and shit, and you know, like, didn't say anything out of nowhere. You know, just even then you might have a chance.
Yeah.
Speaking of second chances that went well though, how about William Morrissey tonight on Dynamite came out. Talk about changing your luck. This man, he's turned it around, and now he's showing up on TV.
There goes one of my surprises ruined for the WWE, because I thought Big Cass and Enzo were gonna come back.
I would have loved Enzo.
Now
Lord knows I would have
in
loved
charge.
Enzo to come back. That microphone is hot still. Please give him a chance. Let me tell you that much.
Triple H recruited Enzo.
Oh yeah.
I think that there would have been an open door there. There would have been a possibility there. But Morrissey's doing, big things. Yo, here's another thing. All right, Morrissey's tall as hell. But he didn't look that tall. At least not all the time. He didn't look that tall in the WWE.
This
Nope.
dude is massive.
And nobody taught him how to be that tall.
He looked 30 feet taller than Stokely tonight. It was crazy.
28
And
and a
one of the
half.
things-
28 and a half.
I don't know if you noticed, Stokely stood like in the top half of the ring, and Morrissey stood like right in the front of the ring. And it made him look huge.
Yo,
Now, I'm
word.
glad you brought up Morrissey, because I love everything that Stokely does. What was that interaction with Tony and Shabbat?
I think something was botched or
Leo,
something wasn't
what happened
communicated. He grabbed him by the freaking jacket. And was,
I told you not to touch me.
I feel like I would have wanted Morrissey to do that.
Yeah, right? Like
Like,
you kind of, and then Morrissey's stuck there looking stupid.
yeah, but I think maybe that wasn't planned, and maybe he didn't know if that was okay. Maybe Shivani gave off a note like, "What the fuck are you doing, Stokely? This is off cue." And Morrissey was like, I'll fuck you up too, but I'm gonna keep my distance." Like,
Yeah, I don't know where lines are.
I just got back. I'm not trying to cross them yet.
I come from the WWE. We're much more organized than this.
Yo, his kneecap is right, just about. Just about.
I don't know, man. I thought that was a weird interaction. But it wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen.
No.
I don't know. Stokely should never get physical as a man.
Yeah.
It just doesn't bode well for his character, especially when you have this returning monster.
Yes. Yes.
It looks funky.
Given the right booking, Morrissey could go up against anybody really. You could sell him against any match. Put him in the main event picture right away in AEW and it'll work, I think. Hell, you could even put him in the main event picture on WWE and give him a rendezvous with this man right here. I'd watch it. It probably wouldn't make sense right away, but
It doesn't. That's a Vince booking.
right.
Morrissey comes in. Morrissey's there for 2 weeks. Morrissey loses at the pay-per-view.
To Roman freaking Reigns.
8 weeks later, Morrissey is chasing the 24/7 title.
Just another notch in the belt or belts that Mr. Roman Reigns carries. Ladies and gentlemen, Roman Reigns, the undisputed, undeniable, universal heavyweight champion, carrying both titles for almost about 2 years, is it? Or a year and a half? It's come full circle since the last time he defeated Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman. You remember that guy before he was controlling his narrative? He was controlling main events. It's come full circle. Roman Reigns only has legendary names like Bruno Sammartino ahead of him in title reigns, I believe twice, by the way. Pedro Morales, he's also related to, by the way. And the legendary Bob Backlund.
And Hogan.
I said legendary names. So Bob Backlund is also in this list.
I'm coming for you.
Come on.
What do y'all feel about Roman Reigns? How do y'all feel about this milestone he has achieved, and where do you see him going?
He's still a long ways away from the top. I mean, 6th place is nice, yo, but the next dude on the list are over 1,000 days.
Over 1,000, right? Who's that? That's Backlund or is that Pedro? Pedro.
Morales is the
Pedro,
next one.
yeah, shit.
So when you think about it, right, what are 2 years? 365 days, so we're talking about 700 something days.
Damn.
We're talking about 4. That's 4 years almost, right?
Damn, that's
So
4.
he's gotta do like a whole nother year, right? For another 300 days.
Another year, yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's clearly not gonna happen in modern times.
So you don't think Roman will hold on for a whole nother year?
Nope.
I'll tell you right now, come WrestleMania, that'll be close to Pedro Morales' record.
That's probably what he's gonna do then. I think he drops it at Mania or after Mania. That's it. There's no believable story that tells me otherwise at this point.
It blows my mind, right? So Pedro Morales, we're looking at like 3 years. Bruno Sammartino, almost a whole nother year, almost 4 years.
Wow. 4
Right?
years.
And
But
then
back then you could have done it.
Hogan is like 4 to 5 years, right? Almost 5 years.
That's an injustice.
Bob Backlund then jumps to 2,100 days, dog. 2,100 days.
Backlund is more than Hogan.
Wow.
I'm done. I'm done.
Chicken wing!
Chicken wing! Oh, man.
6 years, man. It's crazy. And then Bruno at the top of the list with 2,800 days. You know how many years that is to be the champion?
We don't talk about Bruno.
That's
no,
exactly
no.
7.5 years.
Look at that, bro.
We can't possibly talk about Bruno at different
He
times.
was a champion for 5 years, and then he was a champion for 7.5 years.
Because the
Like,
first
yo,
run
he was
wasn't good
champion
enough.
for like people's entire lives.
Some people missed the first run, so they had to do it again.
Yo, that's crazy. But anyway, like, it would be interesting if modern wrestling fans can tolerate a run like that. Get you in the building.
Get yo.
Hey!
My guys in the building.
It'd be interesting to see if wrestling fans can take that kind of run, the kind of run that lasts 4, 5 years, 6 years.
Nah.
Off the bat, I want to say no, but Roman, as it stands, has been doing a great job. So if not him, then who? There's going to be nobody in the near future that's even going to get close to that number. So really, the question is, when does it end?
When does it end? Yes.
As a WrestleMania.
Big chance. Big chance, yeah. That's what I think.
WrestleMania Night 2. What I think might happen is that he might lose one of the titles.
Oh, okay. I ain't mad at that.
If he loses one of the titles, right?
There's 2 nights, 2 titles.
One night each title. He loses one
night each title.
If he loses one of the titles, his reign continues.
It does.
It does. For
That's
one of the
he'll
belts,
keep-
right?
He'll keep the Universal title on SmackDown.
That's great. Yeah, I agree, Getcho. I agree. That's a tough question. Cause then you can maybe we can do this. Maybe we can catch up to Pedro Morales for sure.
Let's organize ourselves in this conversation real quick, because I think this is interesting right here. So the first question is, when does Roman lose it?
Night 2.
WrestleMania.
For the WWE.
You're saying at this WrestleMania?
Yes.
Book
at
that for me, because
SoFi.
I think that's dumb as hell. I think
So-
that's stupid.
So night 1 he faces The Rock
Ooh.
for the Universal Championship.
I
Tribal
would
Chief
be so pissed.
versus
Go
The
ahead.
Rock.
And he loses the
goes-
belt to The Rock. I don't think he loses
no,
the belt to The
no.
Rock.
He goes over on The Rock. Now
And
he's
then-
there. Now he's there telling everybody to acknowledge him, that he's unbeatable. Nobody can beat him. And Cody Rhodes, because he won the Rumble, challenges Roman Reigns for night 2.
Cody's a good option here. Cody is a good option. I
And he
take your
goes
Cody.
over on him.
I'll take it, Cody. Yeah, I take it, Cody. I raise you one. It's not gonna be The Rock. I feel The Rock's too busy, too many projects. Maybe next year, not this year. The only believable enough to take that title from Reigns, I think, at this point, is probably The Fiend. And The Fiend to go at it with him at Mania can definitely sneak away one belt, if not both belts, from Roman Reigns, I think. That's my guy. I'm going with The Fiend, bro.
Or what about somebody like Braun? Because he's been in the rumor.
Is he?
About coming back. WWE has their eye on him.
Ash TV was good. Yo, Braun Strowman comes back. He's got a lot of work to do, yo. He's got a lot of work to do.
I'll tell you what. This is how I would book it. This is the direction I'd go in. What up, Ash T?
Ash T.
Getcho, you bring up a great point, and that's kind of where I was going, right? I'm good with The Rock beating Roman, but who beats The Rock? Let's back that up real quick.
Back that ass
up. The question was, right?
The question will ever be.
When does he lose it and to who, right? When does he lose it and to who? And if we really look at timelines, year 3 would put him at 1,095 days as champion, right? 3 years as champion, put him at 1,095.
1,095. That's definitely over Pedro, right?
That puts him over Pedro.
Okay.
So I think that's what we're looking at. I don't think it's WrestleMania. I think that's SummerSlam.
And that's behind Bruno's first run.
Right. If there is gonna be something, I think that they're gonna pass Pedro, because when's the next time they're gonna be this close?
Yeah, that's another thing. You're this close already. You might as well try your best to get it, you know?
WWE loves this. Like, they love, like, those milestones and mile markers. Yo, this is a tough one. It's like starting from scratch with the streak.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
yeah.
What are we gonna do the streak with? All right, well, now we gotta wait 20-something years.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, right? That's tough. So if you're gonna get close, you're gonna do it beating Pedro Morales. You're gonna do it maybe at SummerSlam. I do think The Rock faces Roman at some point, but I don't think Roman loses that match. And it's gotta be a match with a long build.
I think they're building it now, slowly.
That would be such a maybe like little hints here and there.
Remember, Young Rock has it in their script that they're gonna be teasing it.
We would have not gotten that tease on that show if they weren't gonna do something.
They got more coming. They announced they will.
I think that I think that they said exactly what it was when they mentioned that. When we read that and we talked about it here on the show, that the writers and everybody put those little Easter eggs.
Right.
Knowing that that's not really a thing that can or will happen. It might happen, but it's not guaranteed. So we're just gonna put it in there because if it does happen, we can look back and be like, yo, we called it.
Yeah,
they
right.
said that. They basically said it. They were like, yo, it'll be a cool moment to reflect. It'll probably be in the promo package. That was like almost verbatim, dog.
Yo, Getcho, I've been thinking something like that for a while, because if you don't remember correctly, Jay was running for that title way before the Bloodline got established.
Yeah, they had a fight. Didn't they fight in Hell in a Cell?
Yes, they had 2 fights, I think. One of them was a squash, I think, and the other one was when they turned, right? Or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But listen, Jay's a great candidate to take one of those straps still. Very much so, because I expect his run to come as soon as they're done with this Bloodline shit.
I don't know. Look, here, I get you. Here's the thing, and this is why I said about The Rock. You bring in The Rock to bring in those eyes, but you know The Rock's not gonna stay for long.
Right.
You know you're gonna get like a short run. You know you're gonna get a couple of months at best.
At best.
If that.
What's most likely is you're gonna get a match and an appearance or two, and that's probably what you're gonna get. So that's not something that The Rock that should be spent on The Rock winning clearly. All right, it's got to be something to juice Roman up, and then give him the sauce, right, for people to watch him moving forward. If you have Roman go over The Rock, which you should, then he's got to hold that title for a minute to expend that juice, right, and juice all over everybody. Jay,
Ooh.
I like that. I like that, Blade.
Jay coming out like that to do what? To beat Roman and then like create him as a star, as a standalone, break up what is probably honestly one of the best, if not the best tag team in WWE today and in recent history and conversation for all time.
Oof. It's a lot.
Like I'm just saying, yo, the Usos are freaking nice, bro. I just don't know if a singles run would do them justice or good or like then what? Because then what?
Yeah, then what? Then you
That's the
split
same thing I
them
said
and
about
shit.
the Young Bucks. I put them on that same
Ooh,
list.
I'm not ready for the Young Bucks to split. Like, I can't take one over the other right now for them to go like
You
that.
split them up, exactly. You split them up. Then you have no stories. I think everything you do should lead to more stories, or at least the potential of more stories.
Right. Karrion Kross is a great pick too. Look to be a future champion. I feel.
But not to beat Roman on
Roman's
a
just-
legendary run like that. Quite frankly, it's got to either be someone that we're not talking about right now, someone that just doesn't exist or is not on our radar right now. It's got to be someone like a thing like that. I think Cody is up there.
Cody is
Win
a
that
definitely good
competition.
candidate. I feel Cody can. It's why he's back, right? He wanted the
think
big
Fiend
belt.
Is up there in that conversation. And I'm gonna give you one more name, and y'all gonna hate it.
Solo Sika.
I think
Oh,
that-
his cousin's coming too. His cousin is coming too.
Oh, Sika.
Yeah.
Still be
Sika.
Sika, but
There's rumors
you'll
of
be
him
there.
getting called up.
you'll be there to see it.
Yeah. He gonna be in the corner. Watch
I
it.
think it's gonna be Brock Lesnar.
Ooh.
The streak
Hot take.
ender.
Hot take.
I think so, man. I think that you wanna like really look what he did at SummerSlam. Look what he did on the road to SummerSlam.
Did you see what Hornswoggle did?
And look what Triple H did with him. I think that what we've not seen is Brock have so much fun. We've seen all the bad guy shit. Like we've seen him bust things up. We've seen him go crazy. So let's let Triple H do it.
Okay.
So I think those are my answers. A cheat. My answer is a double cheat. It's either Brock or someone we ain't talking about. Someone we ain't seen.
I like
yet.
that one, but I like the someone we ain't talking about. We won't see it coming. Brand new. Get them hot. Get them over quick. Easy way to get somebody over.
All right, look, get your set. Santos Escobar.
That's an easy one to get over.
I don't know if it would be him. I don't know that he's ready there.
I like Finn.
Anytime soon. I don't think he'll be ready there in a year. Like to be, y'all gotta think big. Like I know Santos is crazy good, but big.
What about somebody like Gunther?
We're breaking a record here. Like Brock broke Undertaker's streak. That was big. That was a big deal. That is a lot of sauce.
And then he went to Denny's to celebrate.
What about
Benny.
Gunther? What about Gunther, Danny?
What about Gunther?
Gunther feels big.
He's busy though.
She said, yeah, but in a year,
Oh right. In a year, I expect them to have already brought up the Intercontinental titles prestige, and be ready for the World Heavyweight title. So maybe Gunther.
would be huge. Gunther
I
would
think
be-
I like Gunther to take over on Reigns. Yeah.
But they got to. I mean, they ain't there yet. And
No.
he's not there. But that's a name, right? Like that would be really exciting. And I'll give you. Oh man, I'll just start throwing mad names out now. How about a proper AJ Styles run?
Oof. Stop it.
From
Reigns
out
has to
point.
face Styles at some point.
Right? Like if we're talking about like giving the best possible wrestling,
Yeah.
Roman is at the top of his game right now, and AJ used to be the
They've
man.
kept AJ from Reigns in this run too. Now that I think about it,
Exactly.
they've kept him away.
I'll one up you with that one,
Okay.
and I'll say Randy Orton.
Oh, I think Randy Orton's a pretty notch to put under his belt at this point. That's a nice name to have defeated rather than to get defeated by.
I don't think Randy would win.
Yeah, I think that's great for Roman Reigns. It's better for Roman Reigns to say I beat Randy Orton than to Orton just to take another belt from somebody.
To add to his resume.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no matter what happens, they better do it after Pedro Morales. And Pedro's my baby.
Oh, word.
When's the next time, bro?
You gotta try to get it. You gotta try to get it.
When's the next time we're gonna see it, dog? And let's talk about it. We're talking about multi-year runs. 3 years is 1,095 days. Bruno Sammartino, like, yo, we're talking about long reign. The average fan today will not tolerate that. I'm surprised Roman is where he's at, and the fact that he is where he's at without the heat that he should have gotten, according to everybody that knows things, bro, it goes to show you how great he is right now.
We know things.
We know things. What else do we know?
We know that there's a few things to watch for this weekend, chat. You know, it's gonna be a memorable one. First things first, not Russo, but Worlds Collide. This weekend, this Sunday, Triple H is gonna be doing a thing, and he wants you to watch this thing. And it's apparently gonna be a pretty okay show. I don't know what to expect. But Braun Breaker and Tyler Bate, we're going to have one unified champion, and that thing's going to be a banger, so don't miss out. Another thing to watch, though, if you haven't noticed already, and don't live under a rock, is All Out, baby. And one Tony Khan is feeling rather lucky these days. We've been beating around the bush lately, but hey, this is the turn of luck he's been waiting for, quote-unquote. Gentlemen, All Out promises to be an amazing event. Promises, because it doesn't say it on paper, but verbally it promises to be an amazing event. And Tony Khan's feeling lucky. Who knows what will happen until we get there on Sunday? What do you guys expect, real quick?
I expect a good time from the cameraman, man. That women's match really has my eye. The AEW Interim Women's World Championship really. On the one hand, it's like AEW, man, you gotta leave this interim shit alone. Like, you gotta go, man. Like, everybody doesn't gotta be.
Stop it.
We could just like move on. This whole gimmick
Stop
is getting tired, all right? But Tony Storm, Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter, Sheeta was excellent. In her run, she was excellent. So I'd like to see. I don't think she's gonna win. But I want to see her really go all out and really ball out.
Okay.
It's Jamie's time.
I
don't think it's Tony's time?
I think Jamie is young enough that she could take this L, and she doesn't have to win. And honestly, I don't think she should win.
So you think it's Tony time?
I think it's Tony time, baby.
Yeah, I think it might be Tony
or
time.
Baker. Yeah, I think it's either one or the other. Tony or Baker. I think Tony will make a better story because then Baker could take it from her later on.
I think Baker don't need it anymore.
Nah, definitely not.
That's a fair point. I see that.
Definitely not for a while.
But you know what? She's entertaining.
Right. As long as Britt don't win. Nah, yeah, I'm with it. I think she's there for entertainment and to sell the tickets, to sell the match. Britt's definitely gonna be looking out for Hayter in this match, but I think it's Tony time, bro. I think all the TV time, all the interviews, all the complaining about WWE, all the OnlyFans pictures, all the shit's been going on with Tony's been leading up to this match, and she's gonna win finally.
I'll tell you what, it's gonna be Tony. I think Tony will probably go over Sheeta. I think Baker and Hayter are gonna start their feud.
Okay.
I think that this is the sauce that begins that breakup.
Bet.
Ah, okay. Yeah. I like that.
Chat, what do you guys think? Do you guys have an opinion on All Out or anything you gotta... You know what? It doesn't matter what you guys think yet. Because we will be doing the All Out pre-show of all pre-shows this Saturday night.
Oh, we doing that?
We are doing it, not just us.
Oh,
The
not by
bad
ourselves.
guys, not by ourselves. No, we will have mods, and it will be an invitational. So sign up if you ready to talk that wrestling with your favorite heels. That's right, Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots doing an invitational pre-show to anybody that's willing to join in. Shout out to our mods. They gonna be there. Woo! Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let us know in the DMs up until that point.
Getcho, what's good? Getcho, you out here?
Yo, Getcho, we love to have y'all on Saturday if y'all have it. If y'all want to get down for sure. Anybody that is, please tune in this Saturday All Out pre-show before All Out Sunday.
I'm curious about All Out. I think there's a lot of question marks surrounding All Out. One thing that I don't think is gonna really move the needle, but I'm just curious about Jungle Boy versus Christian Cage.
Ooh.
I think that this is Jungle Boy's coming out party.
Okay.
I think this is where Jungle Boy.
Out.
Look, that's gonna be his new entrance music, yo. I'm coming. That's gonna be the remix. But he said, he's like, yo, you're not gonna get Jungle Boy, you're gonna get Jack Perry.
Ooh.
Jungle Jack Perry.
Jungle.
Do you want a Jungle Jack?
So I think that this is necessary on so many levels. There's no question the kind of wrestler that Jack Perry is. He's tremendous. But the Jungle, I've always had an issue with that. Jungle Boy becoming Jungle Man. I think it's time. I think it's time for him to leave Luchasaurus and everybody behind and be something different. And I hope that we really get to see something different moving forward. His promo still need work, but yo, the kid is young, bro. He's gonna be fire. Give him a chance. And I think tonight at All Out, he's gonna get that chance. Christian Cage really knows how to build him. I think he'll make him look good too.
Hey,
That's a question.
Making him look good is more the important part there. All I know is we gonna make it look good on Saturday night. Please be there. Tune in, whether you participating or you just watching with us. Come get your fix. Everything you need to know before Sunday, we will be talking to y'all about for sure.
Y'all, hold on. Y'all bugged out. You guys said that this card has a lot to be, left a lot to be desired. And I'm going up and down the card, and I'm like, yo, wait a minute, bro. This is looking to be a very, very better than decent show. We got a... Damn, Getcho, you took this shit right out of my mouth. I was saying, Jericho and Bryan Danielson.
Who's your puppy?
Daniel Garcia on a pole match to figure out who gets to hold him. But see, like, that's gonna be a fun match. We're gonna see some that we haven't really we've gotten bits and pieces of Jericho, man. Jericho is Tom Brady.
Right.
In the ring right now. He's giving us matches like he has no business giving.
And he's just as old too.
Yo, no, he's much older. We're seeing a lot out of Jericho, like really going above and beyond. He doesn't have to be going as hard as he does, and he is. And Bryan Danielson, is always a good time. We've got Eddie Kingston. Anytime Eddie Kingston's on a card, bro, is hype fire. Oh, and then the last match I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna let y'all talk about the rest of the card. I think I took up most of the card, but Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs.
Oh, that's gonna be.
That, in my opinion, match of the night. That's the one. Mox and Punk is gonna be dope, no doubt. That's what we're gonna talk about.
All right.
But Starks and Hobbs is where I look at when I look at the future of AEW. That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, it doesn't look that bad on the paper card. My shot was more towards the main event and more me picking at the whole Punk again with Moxley thing. I gotta see something else here, and I want to see something good. Let's see what we get. But yeah, once again, tune in for the pre-show. We gonna get y'all fixed. We gonna talk about it there, where it matters, baby. Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. All that and more. You already know what to do. Before we raid out, go check out my boy Moy Low. Talk to him, Mister, before we head out.
We got a question. We got another question mark. See, I was setting y'all up. Nobody even followed me through.
Oh shit.
Casino
ladder match.
Oh!
Because this is where MJF comes back to win.
Ooh, how he almost
Is
left.
that where you're at? Who is that guy? Who is the mystery?
We always play this game, and I'm never right. I'm never right.
Maxwell Jacob Friedman, he's coming back.
Is that who you think it is?
I think so.
Chat, who we thinking for the Casino Battle Royal? Who we thinking? I'm at a loss, man, because MJF is probably the guy we want more than anything.
I'll tell you what. I don't want to say a feeling, an inkling. I just think maybe, possibly.
Colt Cabana.
Nobody knows.
Jesus.
And I think that like you don't mess with Joe.
Ooh, Joe.
It's not gonna be a debut. It's gonna be a return.
A return.
It's
Okay.
return.
Okay.
He's gonna slap you with these ham hock Samoan ass hands that he got. I think Samoa
I like Samoa Joe.
coming out here as the Joker for the Casino Battle Royale. I made that up. It's not a battle royale. It's a ladder.
It's a ladder match.
Casino ladder match. What y'all think? Who y'all got?
I like that. I like Samoa Joe more than MJF, to be honest.
I'll tell you who it's not gonna be, because allegedly, this person has been granted their release from AEW.
Oh, what's that?
One Malachi Black.
Oh, what?
Allegedly.
Shout out to Malachi, who was performing a hell of a show this past weekend over for Hog Wrestling. That's right, House of Glory, who had him over there.
Disappointing, because I thought that the House of Black was a nice piece of the story at AEW. You know, if you followed, you saw what he was doing with Julia.
Right.
And he was turning her, and she was starting to like consume or like follow the darkness. Brody King and his feud with Darby was dope. They were going into public spaces and just wilding out.
Well, Darby cut a little teaser too in his promo this tonight.
He did.
Yeah, he was like, oh, it's only a matter of time before Brody realizes that they don't really need you, Malachi. You need them more.
Now, all of a sudden, House of Black is looking like Judgment Day.
Oh, Sing Edge.
And Powers.
Sing Edge, what? So, I don't know.
Damn, you lost its edge. Meanwhile, Raw's getting less PG. Shout outs to the F-bombs. More on the way. I can't wait for more WWE getting edgier content. I can't wait to see what Triple H has in store on Sunday. I feel like maybe he has something up his sleeve.
What do we have for the HPC of the week?
My HPC of the week. My pop has to go to Mr. Seth Rollins for using his beautiful vocabulary on Monday.
With his bitch ass.
She divorced your bitch ass. That was awesome. It was. I thought CM Punk. I thought Seth Rollins delivered it kind of funny, but Riddle did a good job of reacting. I think he was actually pissed, but that was good. That was good on his part. Yo, honestly, keep blurring those lines, yo. Keep blurring those lines. That was great. In that moment, that kind of promo, that reminded me of Austin Rock and like Austin and his intensity and just getting up in your ass.
Hey, got a lot of the common fans. Like, holy shit, what the fuck just happened?
I'm gonna give you a heel of the week. He wasn't even a heel, but I felt like this was a heel move, so I'm gonna give the move heel of the week, and the move is this. I've always been complimentary, but hesitant to really like embrace this person because a lot of what they do is really corny sometimes, and a lot of what they do really kind of just comes off cheesy. However, perhaps it's because he himself is not doing this particular part. Perhaps it's just how great Justin Roberts is doing it.
North Carolina.
But everything he says before North Carolina is brilliant.
Yo, I was rolling.
How he
this
was
week.
cutting in to Osprey tonight, and I love that gimmick now. Like that's gotta be moving forward, like the shtick, where like Justin, essentially he's letting Justin Roberts cut the promo on the opponent.
He has more fans than Will Ospreay in North Carolina.
He sells more
He
t-shirts
sells more T-shirts, yeah.
than Will Ospreay.
Has better hair and a nicer smile.
Yo.
Yes, I want that. I want Justin Roberts cutting promos every time. Comes out. That's brilliant. No one else doing that.
Yeah, yeah.
Love it.
Yeah,
Love it.
definitely a big pop.
And he has a bigger dick than
Yo, that's so. That's go ahead, please. Go.
I was just gonna finish it off by saying my pop of the week is going to all of us wrestling fans because this weekend we have 3 pay-per-view events. 3 of them: Clash at the Castle, Worlds Collide, and All Out. And tune in and check us out, your favorite bad guys, because we're gonna hit you with that hype show, baby.
We got all the hype shows for y'all, man, for sure, for sure. And sign up if y'all trying to jump in with us on Saturday as well. We're taking applications up until Friday, so please reach out, DMs and all that good mumbles jumbo. Follow us on social medias and good Nikes, good shoes and Nikes. But PCF, tell them what to do on the way out, because that's all the damn time we have for you folks this week.
Dios mío, ya se acabó el show, pero don't forget to check us out on your favorite channels. Heels, Pops, Chair Shots on Twitter, on YouTube, on Twitter, HBC to Sweet _ on IG. Don't forget to rate and review just like I do to your moms. Hey! Check us out. Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots.
I'm gonna let you know that I'm trying to be there.
What's for dessert though?